Flash. He's on care package. He's one.
What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day. My name is Insanity if you guys are new, and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. YouTube is flooded with a ton of videos out there about getting better in Apex, whether it be improving your aim, movement, or other important mechanics. It can definitely be a bit overwhelming. I figure that I try to narrow down what I think are my top tips for improving in Season 6 of Apex Legends. But before we hop into the vid, if you're new, I do upload educational Apex content specifically for console players, so if this sounds like something that could interest you, drop a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on. It helps out the channel a ton. And without further delay, let's get right into my top tips for improving in Season 6 of Apex. So just a quick disclaimer, I'm not claiming to be a top 500 pred or anything like that, but I think I'm a pretty decent player and have some tips worth sharing. I sport around a 3 KD and a 20% win rate, so I figured I'd give my best advice that I've gathered from several seasons of playing the game to try to help you guys out who are trying to buff their stats a bit or just win more of their gunfights. So to kick things off, my first tip is to be unpredictable in gunfights. I try to be as hard to follow as possible for my enemies in gunfights so that I always have an edge over them. The movement in Apex is really what separates it from a lot of other battle royales, so improving it in gunfights is a really important aspect of the game. It definitely takes some game sense and situational awareness, but I try to be very elusive in my fights, taking out several different angles and flanking when possible. Another big technique I use is that after getting a few shots on someone, I'll climb up on nearby objects, take a few more shots from a different vantage point, and then hop back off and keep firing. Basically, you really just don't want to be in any single spot for a few seconds or longer, because it leaves you vulnerable and makes you an easier target to hit. So this idea of being unpredictable in your fights also applies to strafing. Everyone knows by this point that you should move side to side and strafe in your gunfights, but if you just strafe left, right, with similar length strafes, it's really predictable here in Season 6. Decent players are used to this strafe pattern and will be able to follow you pretty easily. So I recommend just mixing up the length of your strafes in each direction. So rather than just going left, right, the same distance, I'd go left for a little bit longer, then right, then a short straight to the left, longer straight to the right. So really just mix it up. You don't really have to think about it before you get into a fight. Just get in the habit of trying to kind of mix it up in that moment and being a little bit harder to hit. So as an extension of this, my second tip is to actually hip fire and crouch spam a lot more. So we all know that the strafe speed varies on different guns, with the Wingman and SMGs having much faster strafes than if you're holding an AR or LMG. But regardless of what gun you're using, you'll be able to strafe a lot faster when you're hip firing compared to aiming down the sights. So if you're in a close range engagement, I recommend definitely trying to hip fire more often and strafe while you're doing so, as you're a much faster target than if your opponent's aiming down at you, which most of the time they are. So one of my favorite guns is actually the Flatline, because if you equip it with a decent mag, it really fries from close range, just because the hip fire is super accurate and there's a pretty high DPS. So along with hip firing more to help you strafe faster in your close range gunfights, learn to throw in some crouches while you're doing so without sacrificing accuracy is a really important mechanic to develop. If you have your button layout on tactical controls or another button layout that allows you to crouch without taking your right thumb off of the thumbstick, you'll really be in a good spot. If you're just on the basic default controls, this is extremely difficult to do. So I consider switching your button layout as the first step if you haven't done that yet. And the fact is, if you can crouch pretty rapidly while strafing in a close range gunfight, you'll have an edge on, I'd say, 95% of players, because getting the rhythm down of combining these two mechanics is not easy, but I think it's definitely worth investing your time. So my third tip for this episode is to know when to disengage. This is really important because in gunfights there are certain situations where you should clearly step back, heal, and then challenge again. A lot of the people who I end up killing challenge me, and then after getting their shields broken, just continue to stand out in the open and continue shooting. No matter how good your aim or movement is, if you have 50 health and your opponent is trash but has a red evo, you're probably going to lose that gunfight. So you got to read the situation. If your armor's broke and you don't have your enemy 1 or 2 shot, you should back off to heal, let your teammates put in some shots, and then re-engage once you're healed up. So having this sort of patience and game awareness is really important in Apex. If you and your teammates end up trading so that some of you are healing while the others are putting shots in, you'll have a nice synchrony that allows you to win most of your games. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Those are a few of my biggest tips for improving in Season 6 of Apex Legends. However, this is just the first installment of a series of videos of this type. So if you did find it helpful, drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. It helps the channel out a lot. Also, my future videos will be in 1080p since I got my Elgato set back up, so you have that to look forward to as well. The rest of the gameplay is a pretty fun one, so if you want to stick around, I think you'll enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Damaging them?
Pathfinder was so weak, man.
Yeah, broke a shield. One of them.
Yeah, get roof.
What the? I'm on roof, they're running away.
They're dipping away from zone.
It's on. Ring's moving.
Scan again when you can, yeah?
Alright, bro.
He's one shot.
Path 1.
A lifeline 1.
Path is still 1. You didn't get it to heal yet.
On my marker.
Oh, yeah, he's hard dipping. Oh, this is the kill leader, bro. She was a piece of shit. He's right there.
Yeah, he's on the, what's it called?
That's a havoc. Watch out. He's a good shot.
Okay, dip.
Bro, what?
23.
Yeah, me too. He dipped to that building.
Hostile right here.
Thank God. He dipped where?
To this building.
Hostile over there.
Let's take top. Wow. 2 charge rifles. Small dick gang.
Double timing it.
Yeah, I'm going to kill this small dick gang over here real quick.
And the kid using it.
I'm
Behind
waiting
me?
for close gang. I'm waiting for close gang.
Team up here. 70 on path.
Firing.
I'm gonna wait for close game. Bullshit. Everyone's got a damn sniper being a little.
On a sandwich here too.
Yeah, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, let's go zone. You want to trade me a few cells for a battery? Or 2?
Bro, I dropped the thing back there.
Taking a knee.
Right below us, right below us. Ah, come on.
69 flash on Wraith.
I need to go inside real quick. I don't know if I have enough light ammo for this bullshit.
I need heavy if you find heavy extra. They run.
Below, or above us.
They're pushing, they're pushing.
Watch my back.
One down, one down.
My ult.
Alright.
Oh, I'm kind of getting lasered by this lifeline.
Are you kidding me? I just got absolutely.
One shot, yeah.
They're all down. One's got gold.
Ken, can you grab me?
Oh my god, it's got naded. Can you drop on me and then get out of here? Drop res on me and get out of here.
Yeah.
Just dip if you can. They're pushing hard. Open. I'm holding this door.
He's right here. Oh, look it, it's them. Bro, we gotta these kids because they're little.
He's one shot, I'm
Pushing.
He's just hiding behind there. Good shit.
You are the Apex champions.
Dude, that was the champion that tried to just like wait it out for the very last fight.
Nope.
Oh, that was a good game.
Oh.